Hi, join us as we decorate this beautiful 8-tier wedding cake. It is massive. I'm going to take you guys through the process of covering, stacking, and detailing this gorgeous wedding cake. A day before covering this beautiful cake, we had crumb coated all the cakes and we had to put cake crumbs mixed together with American buttercream to do the crumb coat, just so we get the sides very nice and smooth without any bulges. Here we're rolling the fondant, and as you guys know, we prefer to cover the cakes with the paneling fondant method because it works better for us, and of course for when you're working with very massive tiers, big tiers, it's practically our go-to method for covering cakes. It's an 8-tier all-white wedding cake, and the sizes of the cakes in inches are 31, 26, 19, 16. The ball separation in between is 12 inches. Then we have 10 inches, 7, and 5. And of course, the fondant we are using to make this beautiful wedding cake is made by us from scratch. If you'd like to learn how to make fondant from scratch, I have a video on it and I'll post the link to this in the description box. Here we've rolled the fondant in 3 different parts, and the first one is the one that goes on top of the cake. You want to put that on, flip the cake and cut according to the size of the cake. Carefully cut off the excess fondant from the cake and put a stacking board underneath the cake that measures exact same size with the tier you're working on. Okay, so we want to flip this back, attach a little bit of edible glue on the edges of the fondant, and lift the longer fondant and use this to cover the cake all around. Okay, you want to cut off the excess with a very sharp craft knife. And for the third part of the fondant, we apply a little bit of glue. You can use water all over the top and put a thin layer of fondant over it again. Flip it and cut it according to the shape of the cake, and that's it. We're going to repeat the same process for all the cakes, of course, except for the big, massive ones. For the big tiers that can be flipped, you want to, after smoothing your cake, you want to use your cake smoother as a guide and cut around the edges. This is the biggest tier and we're using the same technique for it. Because we have rolled quite a very long fondant to go around this huge cake, you want to wrap it around your rolling pin so it's easy for you to lift, while using your cake smoother to smoothen the part attached to the cake. Okay, we take it all the way around, and as you can see, there's just one point where the fondant sort of joins to each other. Okay, you want to make sure you smoothen that out, properly sealed. The covering of the cake is all done. We then move on to detailing. For the structure of the big tiers, you want to measure the size going directly on top of the cake, and we use plastic dowels for this because of course it bears more weight compared to the wooden one. We use the wooden dowels for smaller cake tiers. This is all work done at the studio, and we had to take the cakes to the venue to set it up. Okay, so we just literally put all the cakes on top of each other and it's standing nice and straight. Tidy up the detailing all around the cake and we have a very beautiful, gorgeous wedding cake.